up, Shay Bays? It's your girl, Simply Shay. We are back with our next segment of Ladies Corner. So without further ado, let's go. Ladies, I hope that you all have had an amazing week thus far. It is Friday. It's time for the weekend. So I know you guys are super excited. So the topic that I kind of want to talk to you guys about today is something that I am very excited to talk about, just because it is definitely something that within this past year or so, I have had to continually tell myself, and it's on my shirt. If you guys can read it, it says, I am enough. And I think that that is something that is so important for us as young women and young ladies to remember, that we are enough, that the enemy's main trick, especially against us women, like I have said before, is in our mind, is to make us feel like we aren't enough, make us feel like we're not worthy, make us feel like, we aren't good enough, make us feel like, oh, it can't happen to us, it will never beat us. That's something I think a lot of us women ask ourselves a lot. Well, why not me? Why not me? When are they going to pick me? When am I going to have my time? When? And it's something that you have to first understand and grasp for yourself before God can allow other people to grasp it. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. I very much so this is, coming from a personal place for me. I struggled a lot with being secure in myself. I struggled a lot with being secure in my look and the way that I spoke, and the confidence just in myself, in my capabilities, the confidence even in the gifts that God, has placed inside of me. It's been a struggle for me for a very long time, and it's a mix of, I guess, experience, and just going through life and the things people tell you growing up. Ladies don't do this and girls don't do that, and women can't do this and women can, and you 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 can't. And you begin to develop this mindset of, well, they said I can't, so I must not be able to. Well, she looks like this, so I look like this, and we don't look the same, and he likes her but he doesn't like me, so I have to fix something about, what I mean, it must be something wrong with me, or or this one did this way, and here it is, I'm trying to do it my way and no one is accepting it. Well, he or she talks like this but I talk like that. I know for me that has been something since I was a kid. People used to always tell me, oh my God, you speak so proper, like it was a bad thing. And in all honesty, guys, I don't really hear a difference in the way I speak versus the way other people speak. I don't really know. I've always spoken like this for as long as I can remember, so it is what it is. Now I'm comfortable with it. Now I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm okay. As a kid, it was frustrating, and there was a moment in time where I lost Shaylon. There was a moment in time growing up, middle school, high school, trying to both find myself, but in finding myself, losing myself, because in finding myself, I'm looking at what this one is doing and how people are responding to that, looking at how this one is speaking and trying to, mimic that and mimic this one and mimic that one and do this because I think people want me to do it, and speak this way and dress this way because I think this is what people want from me. And it even got to that place even when I finally, came into Christ, where my relationship was based off of other people. It was based off of how I thought people wanted it to look, how I thought people wanted it to sound. My prayer, super generic, super, what I mean, based off of what I'd heard, based off of what I saw other people vibe off of and, gravitate towards. And it wasn't probably until a year or two ago that I finally got to a place where I just was like, you know what? I am Shaylon Hughs. I am a child of the Most High King, and I'm going to figure out what that means. I'm going to figure out, what that looks like, what that sounds like, what that acts like. And even more so recently, moving into my own place in February, and it just being me, being in a place where it is just me, where, yeah, I go to work, and surrounded by people at work, but when I come home, it's just me. Most of my day outside of work, it's just me. It's me and God. It's that time for me to figure out, you know what, hey, I actually do like this. Hey, you know what, I don't really like that. I don't think, that I want to do this anymore. You know what, hey, I like the way that I speak. Hey, I like to wear my hair like this. Hey, I actually enjoy, reading, and I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy watching this movie. And, I've been finding so much out about myself that it is beautiful in a scary way. And I mean scary because a lot of us don't realize how much we don't know ourselves until God starts to pull it out, until we even get to a place where we're comfortable enough to say, you know what, God, show me who I am. You know what, God, help me to see me. You know what, God, make me into who you want me to be. You know what, God, wipe away everything else and show me who I am, raw, deep down inside, below all of the makeup, the hair, the this, the that, who mom told me to be, who sister told me to be, who boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever told me to be. Show me who I am outside of that. And it has been definitely a roller coaster. There have been nights where I've cried because I'm just like, Lord, wait a minute now. I don't really like this part of myself. Lord, I don't really like this part of myself. Lord, I don't really like that I do this, or that I had this thought, or that I can be this way. That, one thing about me, guys, I can be very grouchy in 2 reasons. When I'm hungry and when you wake me up wrong. I can be very mean, very, very grouchy, very rude. And for those of you guys who know me, I am not a rude or nasty or anything like that person. But that is a part of me. That is something that I have had to learn and have been trying to coach myself and get myself out of. Another thing, I don't like confrontation. I have never liked confrontation. I've never liked confrontation even from when I was little. I was not that kid just to be like, let's fight. No, it's fine. Like, it is what it is. I don't want to do it. But a lot of people took that for weakness. Both growing up and even, becoming an adult, a lot of people took that for weakness and tried to take advantage of me. And I will say did take advantage of that fact. And God has placed a newfound boldness in me in spite of that. But it took me saying, you know what, God, I don't like the fact that I don't stand up for myself. I don't like the fact that I don't feel like I'm really living my life for myself, and in not living it for myself, I'm also not living it for you, because hey, you made me to walk, talk, and be who I was supposed to be in you, and here I am living based off of what I think this person wants me to be, what I think that person wants me to be, to do, to say, and I'm not being true to myself. I'm not standing up for what I feel is right. I'm not standing up for myself and for my character and for all that I am. I feel like, I have to be a certain type of way. Well, I can't let this side of me out all the way because people aren't going to understand it. People aren't going to accept it. I can't always speak this way because people aren't going to understand it. People aren't going to accept it. I can't. And it took for me to get to a place where I just was like, God, I can't do this anymore. That was the final I can't. That I can't do this anymore. I can't continue to not be true to myself. I can't continue to not be true to you. I can't continue to not smile. I can't continue to not speak proper. I can't continue to not wear what I want to wear. I can't continue, to not be who I feel is growing and trying to push its way out. Kind of like a snake or a butterfly when it comes out of its cocoon. You know what I mean? It has to shed all of the old. It has to shed what it's been encompassed in for so long to come out beautiful. And I felt like that, a few months ago, that was what I was doing. That was my time of blossoming. That was my time of really coming out of my shell, coming out of the old Shaylon, coming out of the person that felt like they weren't enough. Coming out of the person that felt like they had to be this and had to be that because it was what man expected of them, and not reverencing more what God expected of them. So ladies, it is so important for us to know and understand that it is okay to be yourself. And if that self is a little ugly sometimes, that is okay too, because none of us is perfect. Anyone that walks around acting like they love every single thing about themselves in a way of them being perfect is a liar. Is a liar. I told you guys, I can be very grouchy sometimes. I can be very mean for no reason sometimes. I can also be a crybaby. A little emotional, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Don't hold it against me. A little emotional sometimes. But I also have an amazing heart. I also am super into musicals and theater. I also, can be there and be a backbone, for my friends and for my family. Like, there's also good in that. And in the negative, in the things where I know, okay, God, yeah, you know what I mean, my attitude was a little nasty just then. Yeah, my bad. All right, God, yeah, I was a little emotional just then. My bad. Show me how to cope with this. Show me how to deal with this. Show me how to better express myself. Show me how to deal with the attitude. Lord God, take the attitude away from me. Lord, separate me from the attitude. Lord, remove this from me. It's not always just about him removing things like depression and anxiety and cancer. And, not always about those things. Sometimes it's God, remove me from me. God, take away me. The attitude, the sassiness. Sometimes a little sassy is good, you know what I'm saying? A little razzle dazzle. But, the sassiness, the grouchiness, the emotionalness. God, take that away from me. You have to get to a place where you become okay with being all that God called you to be. To reinvent myself, relearn myself, learn what made me cry, what made me laugh, the new hobbies that I like to do, the, different types of decorating my apartment probably was one of the greatest things, because now I'm learning my style. I'm learning, the type of vibe that I want to give off, and just different things that I learned so much about myself. I learned the strength that I had inside of me that I didn't know was there, the boldness that I had inside of me. You guys, when I tell you, it is the boldness for me. It is the boldness for me. I have never been one to be outspoken if I wasn't asked to be, if that makes sense. I've never been one, again, to really stand up for myself. I've never been one to really like to be in the spotlight unless I was like on stage in a play. I've never really been the one to say, hey, no, I don't like that you did that to me. Hey, no, this, I don't like this. Hey, no, this is what I'm going to accept and what I'm not going to accept. Hey, yes, I do. I've never been that person to just be bold and confident in myself. And it is so rejuvenating, man, just rejuvenating, just invigorating to finally be in a place where I know my boldness, where I know my security, where I know my confidence comes from nowhere but God. It is such an amazing feeling, and it is something that I encourage you guys to do, to know that you are enough, to know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, even when you don't feel like it, to know and understand that God called you here for a special reason, that there is something that only you can accomplish in life, that only you can do. Because you're the only one that has that extra pizzazz to do it the way that God called it to be done. And the enemy's biggest thing, his biggest psych out, is to make you not think that you're enough, to make you not think that you can do it, to stop it before it's even begun. If I can get your mind, if I can make you insecure, if I can make you compare yourself to this one and compare yourself to that one and live up to this person's expectation and be so focused on other people, you're not going to focus on what your Father, what your Creator, what the Potter is telling you to do. It's okay to get back on that pottery wheel. I had to. Again, going back into the breaking, I had to say, you know what, Lord, I'm already broken, but there's some pieces that just won't let go that I need you to break off. And then I need you to add on. I need you to build up. Look, I tried to make my own plate and it came out a little lopsided. I need you to fix this. I need you to rework that and add this on and put on what you want me to, be. And I want you all to get to that place where you know and you understand that you are enough. If it's not for anyone else, know that you are enough for yourself. And most importantly, you're enough for God. You are enough for yourself and you are enough for God. It doesn't matter who else doesn't see it. It doesn't matter who else doesn't tell you. You have to know it for yourself. You have to feel it for yourself. It has to come from an inward place, because if you don't know it, if you haven't accepted, if you haven't, claimed that thing, other people aren't going to either. People are going to continue to treat you like the same old. People are going to continue to try and get over on you until you stand up and say, you know what? I know my worth. I know that I am enough. I know that I am a daughter of a king, which makes me a princess. I am the daughter of the King of Kings, which means, hey, there's nobody else higher than him. Which means there's nobody else higher than me. I am it. And it's not in a cocky or non-humble way, because you always have to remain humble, but you also have to let the devil know, let yourself know sometimes, because sometimes we're the ones holding ourselves back. Hey, this is who I am. This is who I've been called to be. This is the promise that's been made to me. And I'm not going to accept anything else, because I'm enough. So I hope that this helped you guys. I hope that it gave you a little last minute encourage for the rest of your week to push through and to take you into the next week. Listen, send me some topics, comment some topics, email me some topics that you ladies want to hear about. I am all ears, and I will definitely do my best to hit each and every one of them. Listen, I love you guys. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day and a safe weekend. Remember, continue to grow and glow. Bye.